Somebody pray for me. It been a day for me. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so if you guys remember, the dirt bike basically had a blown head gasket. It was leaking oil when I rode it, and that's kind of why I stopped riding it since when I did the light install last time. I've been super sidetracked by working on the BMW, but I decided today I'm going to take a step back from the BMW because I don't have any parts coming in. I was going to work more on the rear, drop the rear subframe and all that because I just finished welding the diff. But I was like, you know what, I need to get this dirt bike done and minimize the projects that I have like in the works. So the moped's done. Hopefully today we can get this dirt bike done. The bug's still out of service. I need to do the head gasket in that, and the BMW has a long time until it's. So what you got to do is you're gonna have to remove basically everything. You're gonna have to remove the gas tank, these plastics here. I got to remove my seat. We're gonna drop the frame mount that runs along somewhere around here. We got to take out the car, take off the muffler, take off this plastics, everything like that. So I'm gonna get all the tools I need, get everything situated, and I'm gonna start stripping it down. You get the gas tank and all the plastics removed, you're going to take off this motor mount right here. It should be 2 bolts up front. I think it's just 2. I think it's 2 bolts in the back and then 2 up front. And then once we get that out, we're going to get the carburetor out of there and then start pulling everything off the top of the head. This muffler, I almost forgot that. We got to take the muffler off too. I had no idea, but it's 2 pieces. I thought it was 1, but yeah, 2 pieces. I realized that my camera must have stopped recording, so I didn't get the last like 15 minutes of work, but let me get you guys up to speed. So we removed the carburetor. That's something you guys should be able to figure out on your own, besides dropping the subframe so you can pull this rear boot off by loosening the back clamp on the carburetor. After that, you'll loosen the front clamp, and then you kind of loosen all the hoses and sensors, your throttle cable. There's a hose over here with like a hex bolt on it that comes off. Not really sure the name of it. Probably some type of sensor. I just don't know exactly off the top of my head of what sensor it is, but you undo that, and then there's a few other lines that you'll just pull out with it, and that leaves your motor looking like this. I took off the valve cover as well, which is just 2 Allen head bolts that were on top, and yeah, so we got all those removed, and now it's time to get to work on the actual motor itself. So first thing we're gonna do now is this one, and it'll drain all our coolant out, and then from there we're gonna start pulling that coolant hose off, and then we're gonna take the top of the motor off. And yeah, I got a new oil filter. I thought while we're in there and we have to dump the oil out and everything again, might as well get a brand new filter as well. So got this one from Motorsport. Again, been ordering all my stuff from them lately, so shout out to Motorsport. But got all the coolant drained out of it now, so now we can move forward. And I'm gonna go hit the store now, and I'm gonna grab a torque wrench because I know I'm gonna need that, and I don't have one right now. And I'm gonna grab the coolant and the oil so we can get it all done. Back to it, I got my oil over here, got my coolant, and we got this wired up just to hold the chain up, and then now we just gotta take this bolt off, and then we're gonna loosen this out and pull the whole chain tensioner out. Alright, so I just loosened the front one, and now I'm just gonna pull these ones all the way out, and this whole tensioner should come out. Again, this is my first time doing this on a dirt bike, but I've done my Banshee a million times when I used to ride quads, so I kind of know this stuff, but it's kind of cool seeing how different it is on a dirt bike. Alright, and there's our tensioner. Don't drop these clips in your motor. See this? This right here is going to come off when you pull off this cover. Make sure you do not drop this in your motor. Exhaust one. Exhaust intake. Alright, so here's where we stand now. We got the cams out. Next thing, we're going to go ahead and take off this radiator hose, as well as these banjo bolts for the oil, and then from there we'll start taking off the top of the head, going here, and then we'll have to guide the chain through and then reconnect it with the wire, and then yeah, we gotta go all the way down to here, so we're almost there. Alright, so I just took those 4 bolts out. Again, do them in a crisscross pattern. There's 2 in here and 2 right here. The ones in here also have washers on them, so I had to use this long magnet right here to pull the washers out of it. But now my head should be completely loose and be able to separate like this. So alright, so I got it removed and threw the wire back up here holding up the chain. So here's what she looks like right now. Alright, so for the next step, we can go ahead and take this chain guide out, and then it's literally just one bolt that holds the rest of this on right here, and it's going to be that bolt right there. Once that bolt comes out, we're going to pull this whole thing off and do the same thing with the chain, guiding it through there, and then our piston's going to be straight exposed. Be careful not to scratch anything when you're taking that out either. So now with everything out, this is the gasket we're going to be replacing. Here was where it was leaking out of. It looks like the gasket was probably just really old, but yeah, that's that. So we're going to replace that now. Put that over there. And before I do that, I'm going to clean this all up with a razor blade and get all this old gasket off and all this gunk. And then do the same thing with the other side. Things all cleaned up and ready to put the new gasket on. So the old gasket was actually, I don't remember where I put it at. Somewhere over here. It's like a rubbery style gasket. And now the new one is a multi-layer gasket. So as you can see, it's multiple layers riveted together. So that should be a lot stronger. That's what I'm hoping for at least. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting it in. Here's the new gasket for the bottom one. And this is a dry gasket insulation. So I'm not going to use any other material or anything, gasket maker, none of that. And I'm just going to put it on. So we're going to go ahead and put this on, then slide the cylinder head back over the piston. And just starting putting it back together the same as we took it apart. And using this torque wrench is a must. So basically what I'm gonna do first, put this head back on. I put my chain guide already back in here. So this might be a little bit hard to show you, but I got this on. I got it torqued down to 27 foot-pounds, and I got my side bolts, everything on. Now we're gonna time it and putting it at top dead center. So you take off the 2 plug bolts on the side case here, and if you look in here, yours will either have a mark or mine says the word high on it. So you match it with the eye to this slit in the case right here and the vertical line. And you put a socket in here and you can spin it like that. It's going to be hard to film this right now, so I'm going to do it. Alright, so I'm laying my cams in there now. And the timing on these ones is kind of different. But I had to look it up because I was not familiar with it. So there's these little marks on each end. There's like these little dots. You see it down there, like right here. See that little dot, and then on that side you make that level with your case, and then on this one there's one too, but this one likes to spin because of the weight on it, but it's under there. There's a dot down there. So you line those up, put the chain on, and if it's all at top dead center still, you should be good. And that'll time your dirt bike for you, your yz250f, baby. I got the cams in there all set and timed. You come back in here and you grab these, I can't remember even the name of these things, but you're gonna put them in to the right spot without dropping these in your motor, because that would be absolutely terrible. So you drop them in here. I don't remember the name of these. I don't know a lot of the names of this stuff, but alright. And then we're going to take all our bolts and lay them all in there, tighten them all down, and you'll have to go get this torque specs. I'm going to look it up. It's probably different on every bike, so kind of pointless to me to tell you guys unless you guys are working on this exact bike, exact year, but from here you're just going to put all these in, so I'll catch up with you guys when I'm done with that. So all that's torqued down in there. Now it's time to put the valve cover back on and slowly but surely start getting everything hooked back up. Hopefully I can get all this back together. I'm hoping right tonight. I kind of got ahead of myself and I really didn't film much of anything I just did, but you guys got the point because I tore it down and then I just kind of put it all back together. I threw everything on right now. What sucks is my chain tensioner, the bolt that goes right here to basically hold the tensioner in place, broke, and like it literally, I tightened it too hard and I felt it snap. Luckily I backed it out. I don't know if you can see it, probably knocked it, but it literally is cracked all the way around. So I'm glad I was able to get that out without it getting stuck in there. Right now I don't know how good of an idea it's going to be to start it without that chain tensioner bolt in, but I really want to see if I did everything right. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it over and we're going to see. I guess the ending to my video of me doing the head gasket must have got deleted or something, or I must have overridden it because I can't find it anywhere. So I'm capping the video now. It's been about a week and I went on one ride with the new head gasket and so far so good. No leaks at all. I also got a new tube because my tires popped and went riding. So I'm just gonna start it for you guys, kind of just cap off this video and yeah, I'm stoked because now there's a lot more riding to come. Hopefully some of that helped you fix your head gasket, or if you just have some questions about it, leave them in the comments below. Got it.